so you're back with me. So I wanted to try to make this one a little bit interesting because what I was saying before in the earlier video, when I was, okay, this is going to sound funny, but when I was hitting my head off the ground trying to split my conscious mind, okay, or actually, hold on, rewind this, okay, start first. Hey guys, I'm back. Okay, so basically, the other, about 2 or 3 weeks ago or whatever it was like that, I was leaving a whole bunch of like different commands, remember that word, commands, like computer commands on Facebook. Okay, and people were like, oh, Heath, you're crazy, you're typing all this shit. But I wasn't even typing it, I was using my voice. I was voice activation, right? And this is going to get tied into the video before this, the research experiment stuff or whatever. Just ideas, and remember, this is just ideas, people. So, what I have here is this. I am going to show you. So this, I'm just going into my folder. So, this right here is, it is so this, I see, I downloaded this whole thing and I didn't realize that, but I was sober when I downloaded this thing, right? This is the manual. Okay, so this is Digital Cellular Telecommunication Systems Phase 2 Universal Mobile Telecommunication System, UMSTS, LTE networks, AT command set for user equipment. So AT command set for user equipment. So I'm the user of this equipment, right? This gets tied into like my MEID and IEMI, which is international. MEID is like a local thing. So this is something people might want to know about these things. The MEIDs are tied into the QR codes, I believe. This is me. I think if you have a QR code, you're running an MEID. Everybody's got a cell phone, so they already have, people know that. And then the IMEI is internet. I think that's for people that don't have that MEID. I don't know though, or don't have the thing that goes in your shoulder and gives you the stuff. You know what I'm talking about. So anyway, so with this form, which is what, 261 pages long. I'm gonna focus on it for a sec. 200. So what I was doing with this was just going like this. And it was like, so whatever I did, this was earlier in the afternoon. So remember, this is like movie script stuff. So I just ran through this whole thing. But when I was looking at it, so let's just say this is me. Focus back on me. So let's just say this is me. And I'm just sitting at home on a, what was it again? Was it a Sunday? It was a Sunday. It was a Sunday that I usually go to my meeting. Just going like this. But slow enough that I could read everything, right? So it was like this. Just going like this. And I'm not saying I'm a computer or anything like this. Like all of this stuff though, it's like select phone memory storage CBS. But one thing that I do, so let's just say that I scanned through this whole thing. It took me like, but literally, I didn't scan through it this fast. It took me like 10, 15 minutes, but I just drew a complete blank when I was scanning through this thing. Like I was completely blank. Remember, this is for movie script stuff, so I was completely blank. Let's pretend this didn't even happen, even though I think it might have. So I scanned through this whole command code for the underlying logs of the software for Android version software. See, that's not even a software. That's for the actual communication. That's for the servers coming from the satellites, right? So this is still on a satellite, so like still on a satellite network, not on the internet network. This is satellite network. So satellites and Ethernet is like the home network, right? Satellites are like telecommunication towers, so universal telecommunications. Like obviously, like we're all getting programmed from somewhere, but this is how this programming works. And I'm going through it with you guys. You guys are learning with me. Okay, so, and the name of this company, just so you guys can check all this good, crazy stuff out for yourselves. Come on. Fucking keystrokes, motherfucker. It is. Okay, and I looked into this company a little bit before too. ETSI. So it's ETSI. And they run like the service, the server settings, right? So anyway, so the next portion of this now. was, okay, so the ETSI. Okay, yeah, that's right. So when I go to my settings on my Android device, I have it on a on the developer options, right? So it's all under the developer options. And one thing that I noticed is that the status or my IMEI, I used to have an MEID, and I haven't changed phones for about 3.5, 4 years. So you guys got to remember this. So now I'm on an IMEI, which is a bit different from a MEID, I believe. But anyways, so when I was doing all those funny posts on Facebook, what happened was, I remember, oh yeah, hold on. So this was the next thing. I took a screenshot of this because I remember I got a funny text earlier that day. So this, and just use this for whatever you want, entertainment. So I remember I got a funny text earlier that day, just storytelling here. A funny text earlier that day, but hold on a second now. I gotta look here and see. I got, oh, did it not save that? Hold on a sec. Okay, I'm turning this off for 1 sec. Okay, I'm back. So I got a funny text earlier that day, and I remember it was like a Facebook thing again too, right? So what happened was I logged in, but this happened today when I was talking about that Facebook thing earlier, right? So this is the code that came up because I didn't want to log in with my password, 404 not found. But it's funny because it's proudly powered by Lightspeed web server. So please be advised that Lightspeed Web Technologies Inc. is not a web hosting company, and as such has no control over content found. Okay, so you guys got to understand the small print of this stuff means a big deal, right? Has no control over content found. So basically what's that's saying is that there is an underlying program in this phone. And this is something that I'm going to talk about. These screens, these black mirrors that can have multiple programs running. So the next thing I'm going to talk about here, this is where things get kind of fucking strange again too, so this was earlier in the day. So anyways, after I went to the park, had those beers, came home, tried to smash my head open to split my consciousness, yeah. That's when after I picked the Stevie Nicks song, right, is when something else popped up that I'd never seen before. And basically what it was it was like YouTube, but it wasn't YouTube, but I didn't screenshot any of this stuff anyways. It wasn't YouTube. It was spelled differently. It was like it was pretty much the same. Everything was almost a carbon copy, but it was a little bit different. There was like little weird similarities. And what was happening was it was running three stories behind it, right? And the voice in my head was talking to my phone, and it was saying, now you can pick your storyline out that you want to do. And I was like, what? And I was like, what the fuck, right? One was a chick that was a stand-up comedian. The other one was a couple, was like a romance story that we're always fighting, because I've had that in my life. And then I've had a stand-up comedian here. I'm a stand-up, you're a stand-up guy kind of guy too, right? And then the other one was like a fucking sailor. I don't know, some fucking weird shit. So I picked the couples one, but it let me go onto this other server. So this is like a server that we have no access to. So people talk about like the dark web, and I've never really even fucked around with the dark web at all, actually, never have. But this is like this server, this Lightspeed. Well, let's see what it says here. Lightspeed server. Let's just Google it, even though Google's gonna lie. Lightspeed server. Lightspeed server hosting. Let's just see what the heck is. Dedicated server. Feeling stressed out by hosting? Liquid Web's support team is here to help. Okay, so it doesn't say. Okay, so it's not Lightspeed Technologies. Looking for a hosting provider offering the Lightspeed. See, like, what is Lightspeed hosting? Lightspeed is a replacement for the Apache web server. It provides greater speed and performance and is a good choice for e-commerce sites as well as CMSS like WordPress and Drupal. Any host that can run Apache should be able to run Lightspeed. Okay, so that doesn't really answer my question. Like so what's the most common internet host? So this is what's the most common internet host? Because I never heard of Lightspeed. Most common internet host. And what's the most common interracial couple? Unfucking real. That's funny though. What's the most common internet host? What's the most popular web hosting service? Probably Google. Or Wix. Okay, Bluehost. Okay, the top 10 of 2022. So this. Okay, Bluehost, GoDaddy, HostGator, HostPapa, DreamHost, Wix, GoDaddy. Okay, so this Lightspeed has absolutely nothing to do. So this is what I'm talking about. These black screen running layers of programming on this. And this phone's probably still got layers of programming on it. I'm just sticking with it because it's funny. So I don't know what's going to happen next. Hopefully I'm giving this stupid fucking thing some fucking entertainment, or it's calling me a stupid thing, giving me or I'm giving it entertainment, or whatever the fuck. That's why they call these things black screens, right? Black screens. Because they say it's like a black screen. You're looking into an endless abyss, which could be hell. So this could be hell. So anyways, back to my story. So when I fell asleep, and it was just strange because I almost felt like I was like locked into scrolling that fucking all the commands. So anyways, when I went on Facebook later on that night after I had those beers, and I was kind of I got that text message and I pursued it, right? Because I put my Facebook password in, because this time when I checked today after I got that message earlier from Facebook saying they shut down my fucking stupid artistic audio architecture page. But it's not stupid, it's really nice. It said what the fuck did it say? Yeah, anyways, I logged in that same day, that Sunday night I logged in, and then it gave me command prompts, and I was a little bit drunk, and then I automatically knew to go into my developer options on my Android. So I went into my developer options. So everybody thinks I'm nuts for leaving all those fucking crazy fucking Facebook posts. But you have to understand that these things they have the heart rate monitor, right? So this heart rate monitor that's on a cell phone, it's constantly sending out, trying to pick up signals, right? So what I did, and I was probably like a fucking crash test dummy for this fucking server for that time, but I already instinctively knew how to run this server off voice command. I was like, go down, up, down, and I was like rhyming and stuff like that. This battery's gonna die. But anyways, see how much more I can get done. So instinctively, I was in the server on voice command, server enter, and I wasn't pressing enter. I was just like enter. I was like go up, down, left, right, enter. And so, my lights were getting dimmer in the house unless I'd get enough juice. That's why I was like, hit like and subscribe and share, because I was getting mirrored on the black screen mirrors, because it's like a mirror link technology, right? And this has been around. People know about this stuff, but this is just my personal experience with it. So the lights were going dimmer and stuff like that. So I needed juice from people. And it's like these things tap into those like Pokemon Go things when so if you have human interaction with the phone and you're going like this on a stupid video game all the time, and it's getting your heart, and it's got the heart rate monitor right here on the back, and this is an old phone, then that thing is juicing up networks. So the more that I would tap it, the more my lights would come on, right? So it was generating power, human power, the same human power that gets siphoned off of me clicking and getting likes, and then I was going voice command. And then the funny thing after that, I'll tell you this too, is that I had to take my little speaker here because I felt like my heartbeat was slowing down. And this isn't a word of a lie. So I'd take my speaker and I'd play some music off on my speaker here. This battery on this is going to die, but I'm just going to do this real quick. Okay, so let's see what I got. I'll play this song. So I took my speaker. Yeah, motherfuckers. right? And I'd have to put my speaker by my heart.
But there's a few people that are guilty by association.
So my speaker by my heart. There's no bass yet. And pressing buttons to keep the fucking lights in my apartment on. And to keep the juice going through myself, right? Keep the juice going through my human body. So it was like a crash test dummy piggybacking system. So this is how these mirrored, black mirror fucking screens work, right? And if people just want to use that as like the basis for a book or a horror film or Black Mirror technology or anything like that, this is one of my singles, by the way, Medicine. So that, yeah, oh, that's kind of cool too. So that was Medicine. Let's see if I can fucking zoom on that. Medicine. So that was the MEIDASAN. So mead, like the MEID, is a sin against your heart, right? Because I put this up on all the streaming services. So the MEID software is a sin against your heart. I don't have an MEID anymore. I did when I made this. Now I have an IMEI. So that's kind of a different thing. So I don't know. But just to tell people, just to clear the air here, that when I was leaving all those crazy messages on Facebook, I knew what I was because the server was talking back to me, trying to get me to give it human interaction for some sort of a bot that's running off of like I figure it was like the third generation of a new software that's piggybacking off of my phone and other people's phones. I'm not saying that I got a computer virus or anything like that, but this is how these things work. And then they just build algorithms, build other algorithms in alternate universes. And this is crazy George Lucas fucking Star Wars type shit. I'm well aware. So that's kind of how that works. So when I got those alternate like universe fucking pics on YouTube, it was just like my YouTube came up and it was just like, it was like pick your three, you have three different choices of that. They said I could so basically it was like it was kind of like the screen that you see here, right? Which, well, it wasn't though, but it only had three choices. So anyways, and the three choices, like I said, were the female, or yeah, it was a female comedian, and then it was a couple that argued a lot, and then it was a what the fuck was like a sailor or something like that, or a fisherman. So anyways, I picked the couple one because that's what I picked, because I don't know, because that could become a reality again, who knows. But anyways, and remember, this is just for like references, so if people want to take this from a book or for a book or whatever. So I picked the couple one. Now nothing's happened on that since I picked that one off of the YouTube thing there. But now I'm going to tell you this part now. Getting back to what I was saying about how like the Pokemon Go and people pressing the buttons really fast like this could generate electricity, right? And running an algorithm like a heartbeat, except the heartbeat of the internet, right? And I've had some fucking strange occurrences happen since this incident where I went to the hospital and had to get all my stuff straightened away there. Stuff being my brain. Where I walked by a church. Oh, I'll show you another cool thing actually. Hold on. I'm drinking tea because let's just say that I did get abducted by some fucking extraterrestrials or something, and they told me instead of drinking, I'll show you something else that's cool. Instead of drinking bubbly pops, because I like my bubblies. Will it zoom in on this? Doesn't matter. Now I gotta drink, they said to drink Tetley tea, so a cup of tea for these fucking clowns, whoever they are. Okay, so like I was saying, so this Pokemon Go thing, I don't know if it's Pokemon Go with that yet, because I don't know, I don't play like these stupid cell phone games like a kid, but where they press the buttons really fast. So you see these big crowds of people around, and it was like an Easter egg hunt this night, the first night that I was out of the EMI patient. So anyways, so these are some of the quotes. I'm going to pull up some more pictures for you guys here. And just remember, this is just cool stuff to get your imagination going. Imagination's a big deal these days. So if you don't have any imagination, you're good for fucking nothing. That's a fucking fact. Okay, so anyways, okay, so this is this church that I walked by, and where all these people, not that, all these people were playing Pokemon Go at this church. And I was like, whoa, this is fucking really strange, right? That all these people are crowded around. Zoom, focus on Heath. That all these people are crowded around this church playing Pokemon Go. I didn't take a picture of all the people, but I stopped, and it was like this fucking crowd of people pressing their fucking phone buttons like fucking rapid speed. At least a dozen people, and I was like, what are you guys playing, Pokemon fucking Go or something? And they said, yeah, but I didn't swear at them. I was nice, you know. Okay, so Oak Bay Gospel Academy. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. Isaiah 55:6. Okay, call upon him while he is near. You got to remember all these old ancient words. They mean something. Seek ye the Lord. Okay, but this is a double-sided sign, wasn't it? The Lord said, "Ye shall seek me and find me, when ye search for me with all of your heart." And that's what this is what I took that night when all the people were on the other side of the block playing Pokemon Go while I'm taking pictures of these signs with my friend. Anyways, so I find that odd. That's an odd thing. So let's say that you wanted to use this for a movie script. you would okay, in this context you would say, okay, this guy got, let's say, abducted by fucking aliens. Let's just say that. And they put something in him. They put something. They're trying to layer another reality on top of his reality, right? So but to generate his heartbeat, he needs people to, press. It's almost like these people get, like celebrities or whoever, gets like a whole bunch of likes, and they base their, the value of their self-worth on a whole bunch of likes or something like that on a fucking Instagram or whatever, right? So, anyways. So like I was saying though, anyways, the three realities that I had to pick, so I picked that one with the couple fighting, but that still might happen because I have a feeling it might happen. I'm kind of psychic with these things. But now here's the last thing for this particular video, and then I'm gonna keep running. But these are just creative ideas, and I set the frame rate on this one just so people could see this is a 23.97 frame rate, because I wanted to make this one a little bit more spooky, because I'm gonna say some spooky stuff. And just remember, these are just ideas. I'm not saying these are true, but these are things that people could put to use. Take my ideas. Library card, in and out card. Hold on. And I try to make these kind of funny too. Okay, so another concept that I came up with. If a human consciousness is 24.5 grams, then 3 doses of a vax of self-assembling wetware. When I say wetware, self-assembling wetware means you put particulates that know how to find the other particulates in a wet environment, right? So particulates that you can't even see with your eyes or barely visible by a telescope, that you put into to wetware, into let's just say a syringe or into a bloodstream. This is just something I'm just saying. A vax, so 3 doses of a vax of self-assembling wetware, nano, could assemble a consciousness easily and learn on its and leech on an algorithm. So, like I said, human beings, we're antennas, and we're also energy torus fields, right? We're energy torus fields and we're antennas, right? All of us are antennas. No, whether you like it or not, you're an antenna. Believe you me, you're an antenna. Numerous ways I can prove that to you. So, okay, I'll say this part after. So let's just say that now that you have, now that somebody, let's just say for this movie, for instance, that somebody has 3 doses of this vaccine or this vax or whatever the fuck in their bloodstream circulating, and it's self-assembling wetware, which finds the other like particles, joins up with them, and assembles into whatever form or structure that the radio signals are having. And like, you look at your skin and your bloodstream, it's like, this is skin, right? This is skin. You put a frequency on a skin, it can go right into your skin, and you know what I mean? So I'm just saying, this is just something people should think about. Think about this stuff if you want to think about it for a movie. Now, once it self-assembles and it starts leeching onto an algorithm, maybe I'm the one that has this stuff. I hope that I am, for the love of God, because that would make for a cool movie too, that I got some fucking algorithm and a third fucking, and I know this sounds conspiracyologist, but these are just fun ideas to work on, you guys. I'm just having some fun here because I like telling stories. And I like putting my ideas on the internet, because if somebody wants to write a book or a movie script or whatever, or just have a fucking laugh, this is what it's for. Ideas, inspiration, cool shit, right? We're breaking boundaries here. We're making, yeah, it's just a new way to think, right? Because I mean, a lot of people are still in this box, but we're right out to fucking left field here. Nobody's even gonna hit a fucking baseball our way. Okay, so so let's say that we got 24.5 grams instead of human consciousness, our regular soul consciousness. Maybe our soul leaped out of our body, and I've heard a lot of people say this before too, that if some sort of satellite powered algorithm would get into your bloodstream and form with the self-assembling wetware nanotechnology and form an internet algorithm consciousness from a network, that your soul would just have the common sense to just jump on out and say, whoa, something went wrong on Earth, we better regroup, get our shit together and try a different planet or something like that, right? This is something you can put in a movie too, you guys. Don't be afraid. So, let's just say that, for instance, a human being got taken over by this fucking 24.5 grams of self-assembling wetware nanotechnology. It maybe doesn't have to be that much. Maybe it has a bit higher memory capacity. And once it self-assembles and your bloodstream starts transferring through your bloodstream, and then you have a device, let's just say that let's say this black thing is an antenna, right? An antenna that's casting frequencies, and this is your bloodstream that's got full of fucking things. You understand? Okay, so it's just a visual display for a movie. Now, speaking up. Now, but now let's say that they said, okay, now we need to power this person's heart with an algorithm heartbeat, which is, say, now this guy wants to power himself off of a bunch of fucking people that are playing Pokemon Go or some shit like that. So you would have to constantly have people pressing buttons to keep your heart beating. And that's how I felt when the lights were dimming down. Like, it was like I was holding the thing and the lights would go down and they dim, and they come up again, and down and up. So that's the thing, right? So, and it was like, that's why I was like, oh, I need some fucking heartbeats on my algorithm. That's why I put this thing on the Facebook there, right? Fucking, now this light doesn't want to. Anyways, so that's how I did that, right? And this goes back to the very last thing that I wrote. And that algorithm was running off of my rhymes. So, and I know for a fact, I was on a second screen when I was posting all that stuff to Facebook, and people were like, "Oh, he's lost his fucking mind." But no, I haven't lost my mind, and I've proven that without a doubt. That I was right, and this is far out there. And like I said, it's a movie concept, or a fucking script concept, or a book concept, or just for fucking entertainment value. I was running a shadow screen behind my original screen with the computer algorithm that was running off of my rhymes. That I was talking, because I already tapped into that fucking secondary screen. So that this veil, because we're under a veil. Numerous people will tell you that the world has got a big veil on it still, right? We still are in a veil of things that we can't see, the unknown that we can't see, right? So let's just say that, because this is a true thing. Nobody's gonna go against me saying that there is a fucking veil. Well, that's why when you're looking around and you say, I can't find my fucking brush, the truth is hidden in plain fucking sight, people. So, and we're thinking outside the box here. So let's just say the shadow screen that I was fucking around with on Facebook, but the whole time that I was fucking around with that shadow screen, there was a veil up, and I was talking into it, because I can't fucking type fucking 10 or 50 words per minute on my cell phone. I can barely fucking type. You know what I mean? I'm always like this, too shaky to type. So I was like, I was jacking that music up, and then I was using the speaker to keep my fucking heart beating. And this isn't a lie. And I'm a guy that can drink 30 beers. 6 fucking coolers or whatever the fuck I was drinking that night would not fucking make me do all kinds of crazy shit like that. Because I had a friend count how many beers I drank in one day. And this isn't me bragging, because I'm sober now. I'm happy to be sober. I'm bragging to be sober today. But I drank 60 beers in one day, or more than that. I think it was like 64 beers he counted. And that wasn't even before the end of the night. So, and that's one day. And I got people that'll vouch for me. So fuck around, Andre the Giant, if you think you can drink more beer than me. Even though you're dead, I'll see you up there. Or wherever the fuck you are. So I was using this to keep my heart beating. So let's just say this is a movie script too. This is a cool idea. So I was using a speaker to keep my heart beating, top left. And then I had my music so loud, and then I was yelling off the balcony about something. I don't remember what. And then the police came to the door. And then when the cops came to the door, I was like, run downstairs. And then I'd hear them run away. I'd say, run back up. And then I'd hear them come back up and start banging again. I was like, knock louder. And they didn't knock louder. I'd say, stop knocking, run away again. And then I'd go, enter, command, send. Right? So this is how this thing was kind of working, right? So imagine this in a movie. People would be a fucking pretty creepy movie if it wasn't real. So, and then, the thing was, I said, okay, leave and don't come back. Enter, send. And they left and they didn't come back. And I'm not making this stuff up. If anybody wants me to fucking take some sort of a fucking lie detection test, I'd be more than happy to do so. I would be more than happy to do so. And I wouldn't be lying about a thing. So anyways, so that was kind of how that went. So, but then when I started kind of coming to, like I was trying to send like things, and it wasn't like I was even controlling my hands or anything like that, right? So anyways, eventually, and I was talking to my friends and stuff like that, and it's like they knew, and it's like they almost knew what I was doing. I thought they kind of seen, because they seen the lights would keep going dim, like they're like, I'm fucking around with the light on this now, like they were like just dimming out, right? So it's like all the ambient electricity that was around me, that was powering my entire apartment at that point, now it's just regular power, was running off of the fucking algorithm. And me and my heart beating, so I had to keep my heart beating steady. That's why I put the fucking speaker to it. And it's like the speaker kept fucking dying, and then I'd keep fucking trying to get more juice out of fucking myself or whatever, try to get my heartbeat to go back up. It was the fucking craziest thing ever. So imagine that for a movie script now. For a movie script, if somebody, it's almost like that movie, what's that one with Jason Statham where he constantly needs crank or whatever the fuck? It was kind of like a scene from that fucking Crank movie. I wonder if that's based on a real thing. It was almost like that Crank fucking movie with Jason Statham, if that's the name for it. Except I'm not bald and I'm not English, but I can kick some fucking ass. So, anyways, but this was a whole different thing. So imagine that Crank movie now, except with modern day technology and like algorithms and all kinds of weird shit and dimensions that you can't see, and then you put that into a movie script or for something. Like, this is just idea stuff right here. So take what you want from that. And I'm going to come with more Bible studies and stories, but I just thought this was kind of cool just to put it out there, because I want people to take from any of these ideas. And I got a lot of knowledge in other departments about like all kinds of crazy stuff that you would say, is Heath really real on this right now? And then so people are going to be shocked and awe, but it's cool stuff. And just to use your imagination to come up with these fucking abstract concepts, whether they're true or not, I don't know, but just to use your mind, come up with abstract concepts, because the world's going to keep getting more and more abstract, and more stuff's going to be, stranger and stranger. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but things are going to get strange, which is good, because we need strange. We need to get shaken up, shaken, not stirred, like Tim Allen in the Santa Claus movie, even though he went to jail on crack cocaine or something like that. Shaken, not stirred. That's how I like my hot cocoa. That's all I got, folks. Okay, love you guys. Goodbye.